To the NTX Podcast. We're recording a little bit out of the ordinary. We're here on a Thursday afternoon. Pre-evening. Okay, pre-evening.
Is that like brunch?
Yeah. But brunch is better than pre-evening.
Okay, I'd love your take on that. I am D.
Mateo.
And JT. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
I like this Thursday. It feels a little different.
Did you say episode number?
I don't know if we got that far. This is episode 28. Nothing spectacular about 28, really.
It's 4 times 7.
Okay.
Felix Jones. Did he wear 28?
Yeah, Felix. Like I said, nothing spectacular about 28.
What's your favorite number?
19.
2.
Motherfucker. 96.
Your boy Fabian?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And
Conway.
The hero, Charlie Conway.
Okay.
Also, it's the reverse of 69, which I don't know what that means, but 69 is hilarious.
You realize, like, both of those hockey careers were fictional, right? Charlie Conway.
And
somebody has a hattie.
He does. He's one of only few with a rookie hat trick.
Was it his first game?
What else did he do?
Yeah, it was his first game, I think.
Go down the list.
Nothing. I looked him up the other day, and I don't know what happened to him. Like, he just flamed out.
You know, he was in, like, NHL up until, like, a couple of years ago because he was on Ska or whatever. But
He went back to a Swedish team.
There's your obscure
Dallas Stars reference for the day.
Right off the bat, we got it out of the way.
We did.
Speaking out of the way.
Yeah. Who are we not sponsored by?
We are not sponsored by
D-Row Industries.
Yeah. So I'll give you that one while I get the other.
Unlawful Assembly. I think I've actually heard of this beer.
Peachmonger Pilsner.
And Red Gap Brewing. Got the Big Chief Bock. It's right there for you, JT. I'll start with Big Chief.
All right, Big Chief.
Me
I'll
too.
take one of them.
All right, just pass those around.
I like a good gap.
I liked how orange the can was.
Thank you, sir.
My aristocratic beer choice.
I wish this said, hi, my name is. Instead of hello, my name is.
Sorry, buddy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Have we had
it
this
say
one
that?
before?
You know,
I don't know if we've had this one. We've had this brand, but not this. I don't think this beer.
we're getting to that.
I
mean,
the box, though.
We've drank a lot of beer
Yeah.
before, but in particular with the show, trying to change it up. But standing at Whole Foods, and I was like, I think we've tried that, and that.
Yeah, that does happen.
Problem is, like, I'll see a lot of stuff that I want to try, and I'll go to grab it. It's a 4-pack.
Yeah.
And that just won't do.
No.
You get 3.
Yeah, you get 3 of the same. Or 3 4-packs. We really switch it up.
Yeah, but
Then everybody gets, what, 1, 2?
1, and then they get to choose the beer they like the most.
I just disagree with the 4-pack concept.
And generally,
They're more expensive when it's 6.
Yeah.
well, and generally, they're higher alcohol content, so they're more dangerous.
Yeah.
What is this? Does it say?
This is 5.2, I think. One of these did say.
Usually the craft beers will tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, because
There it is, 5.7.
that dictates flavor.
It says Sweet Gun, too.
Sweet Gun.
5.7.
Well, neat.
Oh, yeah, it is. Indeed, neat. So we put the word out. I was actually pretty happy at how many people responded to the call for fantasy.
Oh.
Talking about fantasy football before we let imaginations go wild.
Yeah. I put a call out for a fantasy role-playing scene, and a lot of people responded. It was really cool.
I probably would have responded possibly to that too.
LARPing.
No, more like furry stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh. First learned of furry in the CSI TV show.
I remember that
Yeah.
episode. That's when they had the black light and they looked inside that.
Scriffing, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Mine
pretty-
was the Stars fans that are always dressed
Oh,
up in their
God.
furry costumes.
Oh yeah, they're there like every game.
Yeah, once you
They're
They're
learn,
mice, right? Like
one's a
Fox.
mouse and one's a fox.
okay.
I almost said
Just
the
odd.
plural. Yeah, it's a little strange, especially when you figure out what like furry culture is about, and a lot of it's about banging. It gets really weird when you think about them dressed up like that at Stars games.
They probably
Like,
go home and just
Destroy those.
whatever it's scriffing, whatever it was called.
You guys are the experts on this.
Well, you're the expert on Gamer Girl bathwater.
God damn it!
You set that one up.
I know. I was trying
Alley-ooped
to
it.
deflect it away immediately.
No. Do you think the inside of those suits are like rubber lined in the important areas?
No.
And also,
don't know.
do they have like a little patch to make like
Connection.
Dude, I don't want to put a whole lot of thought into this.
They probably do have a hole that you can slip some things through.
yeah, it's got to be like the old school like trousers with like the butt flaps so you can take a shit.
I hope they use some kind of Gore-Tex or,
Some advanced fabrics.
antibacterial.
You do get sweaty in there, I'm sure.
What's
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff? Microban that you see on all like gym workout equipment.
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't know.
I've never heard of that term.
There was actually a Dallas furry convention
Mm-hmm.
that was down at the big convention center downtown.
We should
Yeah.
go next year.
Hell no. Them suits probably cost hundreds of dollars.
You can buy one used.
That'll be a fantasy football bet.
Oh,
You have to
like
go
that.
to the convention in a suit.
A furry suit.
The one thing
Interesting.
that we had gotten
to
off
chip in to
of
buy one,
a
though.
little bit, not that kind of gotten off of, with their
So to speak.
fantasy
Phrasing.
league was we had some pretty baller bets there for a little bit.
The could only listen to
Creed or something.
no, it was K-pop was one of my
Yeah.
favorite ones that I came up with, but the worst one or maybe the best one that I had to experience was
Yeah.
the Kanye West memes.
You're welcome. JT could only respond, and it was when, at the time, we had a group text with like 8 of us, and it was very active. Like I would go to a meeting and come back, and there'd be 80 missed texts, and JT was only allowed to respond with facial expressions from Kanye West.
And
Man,
it proved
it's a whole
very
week.
difficult.
Yeah,
Wow, he's got a lot of
He
memes, for
does.
sure.
He does.
a lot of them
and it
were
would
very
be
angry.
it'd be a lot easier now that the GIF feature is built into most texting platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then, I had to go find it on the internet, download it, and then re-upload it.
Yeah,
I did start to cheat near the end whenever I needed to express specific information. I used the meme editors and
Oh,
would
yeah.
actually type my message on it,
yeah.
but it's still a picture of Kanye West.
I remember I had to put the Jesus is the only way magnet on my car, and it coincided with my last day at my job. And so I remember them like waving by, and I'm walking out to my car with the big Jesus is the only way.
Did they know where you were going?
Heaven.
What?
Like to another company, or they think you quit and joined like a Jesus cult?
Fuck if I know. But it was awkward either way.
Or great, because you know what? They might still be talking about that,
Yeah.
and it's all about the story.
But yeah.
40 hand is usually the standard, isn't that? That's
I've
why
never
you
done
had to
one.
do that, right?
What? Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't seem that long ago.
We've
That
had to
was
do
this
it a
year.
couple of times
That was
actually.
on the around the birth.
Yeah.
him.
I think that was one of the only ones that we did this year.
Yeah. Oh, we just paid it off then? Was that what it was?
Probably.
Maybe.
Because I feel like that was like in January.
Oh,
or
the
something
40 hands, like,
that you did on the podcast and got super drunk.
no, that
wasn't
was for
long ago.
Yeah.
comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We did 40 hands at the Blues for the payoff.
Yeah.
That's
we did
right.
that.
And we did record some stuff, but it sounded so bad I just deleted it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably.
If you get more than 4 people in a room talking,
It's just
and not everybody's on a mic, and
it's wild.
it's just not good.
I remember I wanted to get blue, and you could never do it. But it was when the Bieber movie was out, and the loser had to go to the Bieber movie, buy a ticket for one with a Bieber shirt on, and go watch the movie.
I like
You
that.
could do that with who's got a movie coming out. That's
I don't know.
Really embarrassing.
yeah. We'll have to research that.
I wonder if I
Yeah,
type in
so-
embarrassing movies coming out, what'll bring up.
Shit.
A lot. Speaking of movies, I saw a really creepy one today that got me a little unsettled. It's called The Fanatic. A trailer for it released recently, and it's starring John Travolta as like an obsessed fan of like some action star.
Oh yeah.
And he looks super creepy. Here, let me bring up the picture and show you guys because it's unsettling.
Huh.
But he looks like a total like internet nerd. Like lives in his mom's basement.
John Travolta?
I didn't know
Yeah.
Travolta was still
Yeah, I thought he was banned
functional.
with all of his weird massage
Yeah.
parlor stuff.
Travolta?
Yeah.
You got handies?
I don't know.
From
He's
dudes,
bad in the Scientology again too and stuff. I don't know.
Travolta?
Yeah,
I thought that was Tom Cruise.
it's both of them.
Oh, they're both in it?
Yeah.
Oh. Here's. Let's see this picture come up. This
It was
is
definitely
riveting.
Travolta that was doing the massage thing, right?
I don't know.
Like he had a masseuse and he was like, "Hey, how about you rub some different areas?" And the masseuse was like, "I don't think so." Then made him do it.
No, Travolta's the one that had his kid die in his own airplane, right?
No, I don't know.
We could be
Does he have
way
a-
off.
Does he have an airplane?
Yeah, Travolta's like a commercial pilot.
Yeah, look at
That's
this fucking
Harrison
guy in
Ford.
this movie.
Oh, he looks creepy.
Super creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, anybody that's listening to this, just look up
Sorry.
The Fanatic with John Travolta, and there's a picture of him choking out somebody.
Fucking plug.
Sweet shirt though.
That's what you noticed?
Yeah.
One of the
That
things I
wild-ass
noticed was
hair.
that JanSport backpack.
Fucking plug. Just plugging away. Yeah.
I mean, if we're in plugs, I'm going to give a plug to Micro Center. They hooked me up. I'm in love with them right now. They saved my ass.
Oh yeah, me too. At Dallas Bike Works. You got one?
You got anybody you want to plug? Besides D-Row Industries?
No, I'll be good.
Be good.
You'll be good?
Yeah.
We're being good. We're giving free advertisement to 8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that trailer looks creepy. I want to check that movie out. Oh, speaking of movies, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood this weekend.
Yeah,
Was it
today.
this weekend?
Yeah,
Came out today.
Shit.
Tomorrow.
today. Yeah, since we are recording on a Thursday, that means date night opened back up for me and wifey, so I got tickets to go see it
Nice.
with her tomorrow.
Be cool.
Yeah, looking forward
Should
to
be
it.
good. Yeah.
Good to see Manson on screen. That's weird.
Probably need to go see that before people spoil their shit out of it.
Yeah. So,
I think I've seen like the last few of his movies in theater a day or day after.
Yeah.
When would we go
We
see
went and saw the
Hateful Eight?
70 millimeter
Yeah.
version or whatever.
Drove
do.
specifically
IMAX?
to see.
Yeah. No,
No, like not
the-
IMAX, but they filmed it.
the
in, like,
native.
so it wasn't
Yeah.
compressed or whatever.
but I mean, it was at that theater?
No,
Oh,
it's at a different one.
gotcha.
But we drove to see it because at the time I think we both lived, or I lived far.
Yeah.
But we saw,
Came
was it
down.
day of, or
It was Dave.
That was an interesting movie.
a lot of people
Yeah.
hated it because it's so dialogue intensive.
Yeah.
And like for a Tarantino movie, it's already got a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, all that. I mean, if you
Hateful Eight
conceptually
had a
think
ton.
about that movie, it's 8 people stuck in a cabin. Well, what are they going to do but talk?
It's 12 angry men with more violent outcomes.
but
Yeah,
the way they talk
basically.
is like action in itself.
Yeah. That scene whenever he's talking about his what was it? Samuel Jackson like killed that guy's daddy or something like
His
that.
son.
His son.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was a tense fucking scene right there.
That movie.
Yeah.
We had an intermission, right?
We had 2 intermissions. Yeah, it was
And
cool.
it came with a little booklet. Was
I
it
still
called,
have
like
that
the
in my trunk.
70 millimeter traveling
Yeah.
show or something weird like that.
It came with a program.
It was only
was
in
cool.
a few theaters in America.
No shit.
Like,
Yeah, it was a
10
cool
maybe.
deal. We paid like $20 for it.
yeah, it was
But-
worth it.
So, given Tarantino's propensity to rewrite history, which he killed Hitler. I mean, do you think he's going to do something weird with the Sharon Tate story?
I don't know. He's
Man.
like super protective about the ending, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like begging people at the film festival. He's like, please don't say anything. So
How long
Probably.
is it?
3 hours.
3 hours?
I mean, that's about to be
I mean, that's
expected.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Tarantino.
This is crazy. This is fish. Fish is eating birds. That lassophobia right there.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for that movie though. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of his are pretty good. So.
Been bad. I haven't seen any movies at all lately.
Lion King was solid.
You would. Yeah.
How was it? Was it the same? Just.
Yeah. So if you've seen the first one, you've seen this one as far as major plot points. But they threw in a lot of like inside jokes and like adult versions of jokes, or they threw in a lot of stuff that was specifically tailored to people who grew up watching the movie and are now like adults.
Word.
Huh.
So I'd recommend it. The thing that's really amazing about it is it shows how far computer animation has come. Because it's not. It was called like a live action Lion King, but realistically, it's just the newest version of animation for Lion King, and it was damn startling at some points how realistic it looked.
They're doing that with a bunch of Disney remakes though now.
Mm-hmm.
Live action. Do they have an
Aladdin.
actor play? I guess there's not many people in that movie, or any in Lion King.
I mean, it's all voice acting.
Because like, what'd you say, Little Mermaid?
They're doing, or they did Aladdin. They're doing Mulan.
Aladdin. Did that have?
I think the first one was Beauty and the Beast.
Did that have people act? Or
Yeah,
was all
I don't know
voice
if
actors?
that counts. That's kind of a hybrid. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Beauty and the Beast would have been the first one. But there's a bunch coming out
Mhm.
right now.
It
The
was all
Mulan
voice,
one looks interesting.
All voice actors.
Yeah, all voice actors, and they brought back James Earl Jones to play
Why they call
Mufasa.
it?
I don't know why I'm interested in the Mulan one.
I have no idea.
It's a joke. Yeah,
I do like that one. The
I don't know if
Mulan.
I've seen Mulan.
I think
It's oddly appropriate for this time and age.
once you hit like Little Mermaid, I think the Uncanny Valley might be there for a live action. I don't know.
Do you think they'd have the same producers as that fish fucking movie?
Fish fucking movie. What?
Oh,
What was that called? Big Water? No.
the one that something like that.
You know what I'm talking
What?
about? The one
Ocean
with
Water.
You lost
huge.
me. We were going from
The
Disney
one that was
to
in,
fish fucking.
Shape of
All
Water.
the Oscars, yeah.
Shape
Oh.
of Water.
Well, that was Guillermo, so I don't think so.
Well,
Unless
but I
Guillermo
mean
just
like
wants
the
to make it
animation
huge.
studios, because they had to
Anime.
resetting in 3, 2, 1.
Good lord.
Anime. You motherfucker. I said it correct. He fucked it up.
Sure.
They had to animate or computer CGI the fish dude, and they're gonna need that for the mermaid because she's part fish.
I don't know.
She can just have like a dress thing on her legs.
Yeah, that. Make that happen.
That'd look pretty sweet.
So, our mutual MTV trash show, Floribama Shore. Did you
Is it
see the
coming back?
episode?
Is it back?
Please
No. With whenever they go to be mermaids,
Oh yeah, and that one gets.
they'll
in
probably
there.
just use that thing.
Yeah.
And that actress, or that chick will play Ariel.
God.
They'll
no.
just dye her hair red.
They've already got an Ariel and caused some outrage, but
Who was it?
I don't know what her name is.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
But she's African American, so
Oh.
people are like, "Well, Little Mermaid Ariel's supposed to be a redheaded white chick."
I mean, if
people are
we're
like,
talking
she's a
about
mermaid, so there's
spectrum, that
no
is
real,
like the furthest away. But
Yeah,
I have no problem with that.
yeah, and people are like, "It's a mermaid. There's no real, like set
Yeah.
in stone."
It's like a species,
Okay.
right?
The people who are upset about that are probably upset about
A lot of
people who
things.
think that Jesus is black.
Was he?
He's from the Middle East. I mean, he's
So,
not
yes.
white.
He's not our version.
No.
Little blue-eyed, German-looking.
I do like Black Santa Claus.
7 pounds, 4 ounces. Baby Jesus.
I mean, Blanta Claus.
I think that's my favorite.
This is why I can't
Black Santa.
show this podcast to my friends.
Why? That's not meant to be anything bad.
No,
Oh, is it Zendaya?
I don't think it's
Zendaya?
Zendaya. No,
Speaking of
somebody
Zendaya,
else. That show's wild. Have you?
You started watching that
watched
yet?
No.
come on, man.
God, dude.
Dude, you started introducing me to that show by telling me how much dick is in that show. I'm not going to watch
It's
the
really
show.
not that much.
Yeah, it was one episode had a lot of dick because they were talking about the artistic interpretations of dick pics and
Yeah.
what's a good dick
And they're
pic and what's a
pictures,
bad one.
So yeah, there's not that.
Yeah, there is some dick, but there's a lot of tits and other stuff too. It's an interesting show.
It is.
I haven't made it through my catalog of shows right now. I haven't even watched Stranger Things yet, so I'm not
bro.
going to watch.
What else is
your
on your
show.
list?
Yeah.
Dark is on my list.
Oh yeah, you told me about that one.
Stranger Things I'll probably watch next. I'm trying to burn through Red versus Blue as well.
Represent that RTX.
Yeah.
I've been bad about that. I need to watch that. It's just every time I sit down to watch it, I can't get past it. Like I start watching it and then I get moving on to something else. I mean, those are perfectly okay to like digest in the length that they are, because I mean, when they start out, they're like 2, 3 minute, 4 minute episodes. If you actually sit down and start watching all of them, it's like, this is not that great of a show to watch for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think I agree with most people. Start at like season 5.
Yeah, that's what was it Miles that said that?
Yeah,
on the panel, like start at season 5.
Although like the inside jokes are all like in the first 4 seasons, and those are my favorite jokes. But that's just me.
Sheila, no.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, if you ever get around to it,
Euphoria is good.
We'll see.
Euphoria is good.
I've seen Skins. Right. What do I need to see?
It's better. Well, it's more up to date.
You're not selling me here.
Yeah, it is more up to date.
Skins was a masterpiece. I mean, you can't beat that in that type of show.
British Skins.
Yeah, British Skins. I never saw the American one.
Yeah, neither.
I heard from somebody it was trash, so I didn't watch it.
But we watched Skins a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
It's went out, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think Goose told me about it whenever, like, it still hadn't finished. So it was a long time ago.
We were watching it pretty early.
I don't know if were we up to it? What channel was it on? Was it on a British?
Yeah, it was on British. I think
so
we were.
How were we getting it?
BBC maybe.
It was on Netflix, and then it was on BBC on Monday morning or Saturday mornings because it was a really inconvenient time for us.
Yeah, much like Premier League.
We watched it around the time that Lookout was happening, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
God damn, it was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing to switch it back, bring it back to fantasy that blew me away. This is the 10th year of the league.
Yeah, I haven't won at all.
This will be the 10th season.
Years. I went back and looked at it, and I've only won once.
Yeah.
In the inaugural season when there were 6 teams and the scoring was all fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you
2
make
quarterbacks?
Yeah. Because I didn't know back then. Like I
Yeah.
thought that like your roster positions were the same as like your whole bench.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you need to have a backup quarterback. So I had 2 quarterbacks.
I remember
2 quarterbacks were starting every week.
Yeah.
So I finished the draft with 1
Interesting.
quarterback because
You had played
most
before?
people. Yeah, I had played a lot.
Yeah, he was very experienced at it. I was a very inexperienced fantasy player. It was the first time I'd ever played it, and I was commissioner of the league.
I didn't play 10 years ago. I've only been playing what?
I had been playing
6,
like
7,
back in the
You
day.
won the first year that you came in.
Yeah.
First 2.
Yeah. Oh.
Fuck this guy.
This motherfucker.
I have 3.
But yeah, we used to have a commissioner that would have to go check the box scores and calculator scores.
Yeah.
On like the Monday mornings.
So, I think whenever I first started playing fantasy football, Mama was like, "Oh yeah, your dad played that," and like I guess he and his friends used to like do that, calculate scores somehow back in the 90s.
Yeah, I guess being a commissioner back then was like the worst job because
Yeah.
you had to like read it. And it's not like you had like the internet posting with all like the fantasy archives. Like you had to pull up a newspaper and go find what everybody did.
Yep. And
My,
write down shit. That's crazy.
When I started doing fantasy, I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I did fantasy back in like '99,
Yeah.
or '98," and I could actually look up the year that he did it because there's a very famous play that happened. But who's the Cowboys quarterback that came in that used to be really big, and then he was
Vinny?
our backup? No,
Drew Bledsoe?
I don't think
Drew
it was
or Vinny?
Bledsoe.
Vinny Testaverde.
That would have been it.
That's
Pretty much.
04, 03, around there.
Vinny or
No.
Drew
It was somebody that played for the Vikings.
Brett Favre. No.
for the Vikings.
Yeah, played for the Vikings. When he came here, he was a backup. But anyway, I could look it up. But
Brad Johnson.
Yeah, Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
Brad Johnson had a play back in the late 90s, early aughts, where he threw a ball and it bounced off somebody's head. He caught it and ran it in for a touchdown.
Caught his own touchdown, yeah.
Yeah, and my dad had him on his team whenever that happened, and so he had to like call the commissioner and be like, "So what is that?"
You get
and
the passing touchdown.
he got a
the
passing
yards,
touchdown,
the receiving touchdown.
receiving touchdown, the yard. He got all of it.
Mariota did that in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he did.
Or like 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
because that brought that back. But that and then my dad was like, I didn't do it the next year, so that was the only thing that he told me about it.
Boom.
Fantasy has changed sports so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sports
And
betting.
football is the biggest.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny because I think the original fantasy sport was fantasy baseball,
Yeah.
but the popular one was fantasy football.
That's because fantasy baseball seems super nerdy.
Fantasy baseball is the worst thing ever.
I don't-
It's a grind.
we
It is.
played, yeah.
We did it one season.
One season.
Yeah.
Every day you got to check that shit and
Yeah.
make sure.
Even fantasy hockey, and we all love hockey, was a fucking.
you gotta
That's
check your
the
stuff
only
once a
thing
week.
that we've been affiliated with that I've won is I won fantasy hockey with Trey's league where fucking
we played 2 seasons.
what's his name was in it?
Tim Chase.
Yeah, no, they were in it, but also from the ticket, Dan was in it. Yeah,
There was a ticket guy in that league.
no, not Dan. Bob was in it. Yeah,
I do remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Bob Strum was in it.
Bob Strum.
Yeah, because we're not gonna dox who Bob Strum was. But
Live
yes,
from Louisville.
I did fantasy golf and
Oh man.
That wouldn't
NASCAR
be
for a
that
bit.
bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because you're only allowed to start your players so many times per season.
Yeah.
Do they
So-
do every golf event, or is it just like the
It's like
majors?
I think it's just majors,
I mean, that wouldn't be too bad.
but like
We're done with majors though now, right? That's it for this year.
Yeah.
Dang it.
You just got the FedEx Cup.
Which is not bad. Or in the, what's the one where they, international thing?
The Ryder Cup.
the
There
Ryder
you go.
Cup.
That shit's coming here.
Nobody gives a fuck.
sometime.
Yeah. Well, the
Like,
PGA
next 10.
Championship.
We'll be here.
Yeah, because
They
the
moved.
PGA is moving their headquarters to Frisco.
What do we
Yeah.
gotta do to get on that course?
I mean,
Eat someone's ass.
I was gonna say dick sucking skills, but
Play best ball.
I-
Still take 8 hours.
yeah, I think there's restrictions like for the big courses that are like private. Like
Yeah.
you have to have a certain handicap
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
Then it has to be like a club proven handicap. You can't just write something down. I think St. Andrews is that way.
10.
10?
10 handicap.
My handicap is down to 17.5 from like 36.
I was going to say, I
Nice.
think mine's 28. Or something.
I had a hell of a day on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's my best round
I like
ever.
that place. That place is pretty good.
Plantation.
Yeah, Plantation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I go
um,
golfing again soon.
we did.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. Missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuck with Blue.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I had
That's
my own
like-
cart.
I love you too, but I feel like we keep our sanity riding together because you two are Pizza and Pod. Like you drive together and you do your thing, and we'll do ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Them orange balls.
That
How'd
tastes
you get the
different.
orange?
Yeah, dude, I love them things.
That one does.
Yeah.
This one tastes tart as fuck.
Yeah, mine does too.
Really?
Mine doesn't.
Did the first one taste like that?
No.
Okay.
Here, try this.
Same can, guys. I mean, same beer.
Yeah, same beer. I wonder if it warms up, it tastes different.
Okay. Because mine, like, the first... I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this beer.
I'm not either. That is,
I like box, though. I like this is good. box.
that's a different beer.
I think you have an odd palate.
It tastes like I am drinking pennies right now.
Yeah, it's different.
Weird.
Huh.
Does yours taste the same as your last one?
Yeah.
Let me try it.
I think so.
Anyway, what else is going on?
We're just swapping spit here.
Yeah, what else is new?
Oh God.
Is mine worse?
Yeah. Try it. Do you have any left in your can? Try it.
Is this one mine? Is this one mine?
Yeah, that one's yours.
Literally what he just set down. Now I'm saying try that one and see if that's any different.
No idea.
Shit. Anyway,
It's the same.
That's weird. Yeah, no, mine is tart. That's why
microbreweries.
I really wanted to try, or I tried Deep Ellum Lager, and the first one that I got had turned or was spoiled or something,
Oh.
and it tasted like shit to the point where I didn't drink it.
Oh.
I opened 3 of them,
Which
they
is
all tasted
odd
bad.
for
Yeah,
a brewery that big.
yeah. I mean, it's still beer,
Send
and
it back.
there's nothing that can grow in beer that can be harmful to you. because the alcohol kills any
Yeah.
bacteria. It'll just turn and spoil,
Except for the alcohol. It's
which
bad
is
for
why, well, yeah,
You're literally poisoning yourself. Very
Poisoning.
slightly.
slightly.
you. Just killing the demons within me.
All right. So what you got?
So, did you see? I'm not sure if it happened today, but the overly attached girlfriend posted.
Lana?
Yeah, saying that she was retiring from YouTube.
I thought she did that a while ago.
Was she a vlogger?
She's
Yeah,
on YouTube.
she-
yeah,
I mean, I know how she got famous, but
Yeah, she parlayed that into a pretty successful run for a minute. And then I hadn't heard from her in like 10 years, so I didn't know if that was still a thing.
She's on like Funny or Die a lot.
she's still in the
Yeah.
area.
What?
She's still in the area. She moved
I think she's back
to
in.
LA.
I think
I figure everybody that does
I think
that
she's
moves to
back
LA.
in the area, at that area, which brought up a big conversation about that particular town, which I don't think it's a big secret. She's from Denton. She
Yeah.
went to UNT.
Yeah.
And so like it started this whole conversation on Reddit about how shitty Denton is. And I think I agree with it.
But
Uh-oh.
Denton is shitty?
Now, yeah.
Oh, is it? Man, I haven't been back in
Yeah, I haven't been back in a long
You know,
time.
like
6 years.
a lot of that, allegedly, a lot of that big development coincides with Jason Lee actually moved back to Denton.
No shit.
Yeah.
Jason
Jason
Lee,
Lee.
The actor.
From
Yeah.
Clerks.
Oh, okay.
and
Clerks, My Name is Earl.
Chasing Amy.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was a
I-
UNT grad, wasn't
I
he?
think
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
But
So he moved back and what?
Well, I do agree that like the school that we all went to, like that town,
yeah,
is not the same
small
as it is
town.
now.
Yeah.
It had a lot of cool vibe. I mean, a lot of people called it Austin North.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
absolutely Austin North.
Yeah, and it got so commercialized right there around the campus that like the square became the place that everybody went to. And I remember that was a couple years after we graduated that like every time we went back, we went to the square. We didn't go back to
Well,
where we went.
I
Square's
feel like
just-
when we went there, yeah, the square was for the graduates or older crowd.
Yeah, it was a little more
So,
chill, a little
yeah,
more calmed down.
When
But,
we were the older crowd, that's where we went rather than.
but
The
I mean, you
Square's
talk,
Fry.
commercialized now too, though. It's
Yeah.
it's all the same shit too.
that's people trying to capitalize on development.
Yeah.
What was
Gentrification.
interesting, I thought, was that two successful bars up in Denton, and then they parlayed that into a spot in Deep Ellum.
Yeah.
In the Big D.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite places to go in Deep Ellum.
Yeah.
That's I mean that's kind of the business model of what was it, Eskimo Joe's back in Stillwater. They kind of did the same thing with
Yeah.
Oklahoma State. Like
By the
made that
way,
face, but it's the beer.
whenever I
Well,
hear
it is orange.
Stillwater, I just think of Almost Famous.
I watched that movie not too long ago. It holds
You know
up.
who's in there?
I
What's her
enjoy
name?
the shit out of
Zoe
the movie.
Deschanel.
What's
Yeah,
She's
Zoe?
in there.
yeah,
She's beautiful in that movie.
beautiful. So is
she fine?
Anna Paquin's in that movie.
No shit.
Yeah,
but she's Suki.
Okay.
But she's super young.
Did you
in
ever
that
finish that fucking show, by the way?
movie. No. I think I've seen
Motherfucker.
like a half of episode 3 when the fairies came in.
and the Were Panthers.
The Werepanther
Bounced.
pissed me
That's
off.
what got
How
me.
many seasons of that are there?
It was like 7. I
We
finished
used
it.
to.
God.
I don't remember it, but
7.
I think so.
We used to
So I was in, like,
watch that
3.
pretty. That was pre Game of Thrones for us.
There's a lot of
like
boobs
we
in
would
that show.
sit. Yeah,
That was the initial
no
like
penis.
boobs and blood, wasn't it?
yeah.
No, that was like Spartacus. Yeah.
Spartacus, yeah. Our drinking game,
I
boobs
never
and
watched
blood,
that movie
blood
other than whenever that was happening.
Yeah.
The game.
by Jupiter's cock.
Oh wow.
It's a D in a club.
But I don't get it.
All the fish just run away.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I had to. All
That's
they're
a
talking
little
about
low,
my
bro.
mom's box.
Yeah, it's true.
It is pretty cool when they got the overhead shot of all the fish swimming away from the orca.
Killer.
You mean the apex predator orca?
How come their
the-
fins don't bend
The
over?
apex.
What, like Free
They
Willy?
don't in the wild.
Yeah.
They do in captivity.
Why
Alright.
though? Is that because there's a reason?
Captivity.
Captivities. It's because they don't swim.
Yeah, it
long
doesn't keep it
distances.
straight.
They get all like soft.
It's like if you
So
don't
there's, like, a
use it,
muscle in there?
you lose it.
Is it true? You know what holds up? 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yes.
Does it?
That movie holds up. I mean, the technology is a
Absolutely.
little dated and some of the references are, but the concept is still fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Is it though?
I don't know.
Probably.
You're saying you use it too much, so you don't know.
No, it's just that I had gaps. Both gaps and gaps.
Oh, is he tail slapping the?
He fucking falcon kicked those fish. Holy shit.
That's one way to do it. Boom.
Sorry, guys.
So-
We're watching the School of Fish doing their,
School thing.
and then these orcas are just like falcon kicking the fish. It's awesome.
So are they attempting to hit it?
Apex.
Yeah.
Or are they attempting to like create so much pressure with the water, or whatever, that they get stunned,
Either that or
or both?
they might just be corralling them.
Ooh.
Sorry, JT, what were you saying?
Fuck it, it's gone, man. Do we need to pause again?
No,
He's so butthurt.
I am. That didn't feel right.
Because
no one knows.
we should have like a 10-second rule.
Well, I mean, there was thought processes that went into that where I was just laying out. I was going to see what happened, and then we stopped and we panicked.
No, listen, I'm stubborn as fuck. You know this. There's shoes on roofs because of it.
No, that you retrieved them.
Development in Little D, successful business models.
Yeah.
We're rewinding right now.
We can't like why what happened to Denton?
What happened to
No.
Denton is they had something successful and people tried to capitalize on it.
And the campus is so different.
What-
All the buildings are modernized.
Like, did
The
UNT
old small school feel
grow
is
that
gone.
much? Like, I don't know where all the money came from. Like, because those bars were all garbage.
I mean, they
bars,
have a lot of
right?
people
Yeah.
in them all the time.
I don't think
Like-
the
I guess that's where I guess maybe just outside money came in because.
I mean, those fast food places on Fry have to bank.
Yeah, I mean, really the only
bars bank.
the first successful restaurant that come in was Crooked Crust, right?
That thing
and it was
banks so much.
not that big, but then
I would argue Jimmy John's.
but no,
they were a big
yes
chain
and
before,
no,
right?
but they
Yeah.
weren't like super nice. What I'm saying is like outside money that came in.
Did Crooked Crust originate in Denton?
They're owned by the Red Bull local people.
All right. So, do you remember what tuition was whenever you started?
Yes,
Like tuition, room and board, and all that all together for a semester?
yes,
What was it?
Oh, like $2,000.
per semester
Yeah.
it was like $3,500.
Tuition is now 4,500.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, they
College
kept
don't want
on
that, man.
wanting to build these new buildings, and they jack up like 100, 200. Like we
Yeah.
paid for
And they got-
Apogee.
Yeah.
yeah. They got
Well,
new buildings. New
so-
stadium.
This is a huge economic problem facing the United States. You have all these colleges that are upping tuition costs because students will pay it, right?
Yeah.
Students will pay because they can get loans. The reason why they can get loans, even if they have shitty credit, no credit, or their parents don't have good credit, is because they're all government backed and can't be dismissed.
And they can't default out of it. Like you said.
Exactly. The fact I can't remember. I was listening
What
to
you
a
call
podcast. that was-
predatory loaning.
Yeah, it really is. And so
Is that
those
one
practices,
horribly unregulated field?
yeah, and people don't understand
It's regulated in the wrong direction.
exactly because everyone's like, well, if we secure these loans, then that means that more people can get college education. More people with college education means more people with better lives, and
Which
so they
makes
justify
jobs
it.
say, oh, you have to have a college education to do whatever
anything.
bullshit job,
Yeah.
which they don't need. But
If I'm ever in a position where I have a kid going to school, I don't know, or a kid that's facing those decisions, I don't know if I'm going to push them towards a college education,
Absolutely not.
especially not
it's
given
like
that
the whole, what do you want to do?
given that it's
Vocation
been
or
10 years since we graduated, or however long since we graduated, and it's gotten this bad.
Yeah.
How bad's it going to be in at least 18
it's gonna be
years?
free soon, yeah.
Listen, yeah.
Bernie!
Okay, Bernie. I'm thankful for my college education.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I learned
College
about
was
who I was.
fantastic.
Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a valuable thing, not just for the vocational skills, but for who you are. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's a thing you should be shoved into, like the college or the high school counselors. Like,
Oh, yeah.
everybody is shoehorning you into.
They're saying
There's a
that's a problem.
massive.
you go to college or you suck at everything.
Yeah, I agree. There's a massive organization directing everybody to that
Bum-nosing.
one thing. I mean, growing up, you remember it was like you go to school to get an education to get a better life. Like that's
Right.
the mantra. But one of the things that I've heard when I was in school, one of the things that I've heard since is that like a vocational training is in some ways more valuable.
Yeah. Because it takes like normal 2 years, and then you can get in at 20, 21.
I mean,
by the time you're
that's a
30,
big thing.
you've been in your career field for 10 years. You're super experienced.
Yeah.
You can go wherever you want, make boatloads of money.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a skill you're going to need around the world, so you'll always have work somewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my
Now it's find a job that a robot can't do. Because that shit's going to happen.
dude, I felt real
Tell
bad.
your kid to find a job that a robot can't do.
I felt real bad for I was talking to a Uber driver, and he was doing
man.
Uber because his truck was being worked on, or he got laid off from the firm that he was working. He was a truck driver by vocation.
Like
And
18-wheeler?
yeah. And so he was doing Uber in between, and we started talking about automation, and he was like, that's bullshit. They're always going to need people to drive trucks. And I was like,
no.
bro,
They're not.
that is the target
That's
for
the first
automation.
one,
Yeah. So, I started having a discussion. I was like, hey, that like that's the one thing that they're trying to do. He's like, yeah, but they're always going to need people in the trucks. And I was like, no, they're not.
Yeah. Yes and no.
I mean,
So
that's-
to a degree, I agree with him. From
They can
where I
autopilot
stand
it, basically.
with, I think they will still, to some degree, I think companies will require there to be a presence in the car.
For
Yeah.
security.
Maybe not security, maybe to some
now
level,
there's gonna be
but more of
security
just
people.
like a field engineer to repair unit or said units. Like it may be one person for every 5 vehicles in a chain, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to be kind of skill set that he's going to have.
That's going to move, I think, like warehouses and shit closer to highways. So basically the trucks just go from warehouse, boom, get on the highway, automate to
We kind of have that already.
their next. Yeah, there's some that are somewhat off with,
Yeah.
and these truck drivers have to make turns. But if it's basically like, leave the yard, get on your ramp, get on the highway,
Yeah.
get on a ramp, get in the warehouse, boom, done.
See,
That'll lead to better automation for the trucking industry, cargo industry.
I mean, autopilot already kind of does that for planes. Like the pilots don't.
Right.
I mean, they have to be there because of regulations and
Which
all
is
that
what,
other stuff. But
like-
they take off and they hit a button and it goes.
Adaptive cruise controller,
Yeah.
like what Tesla's working on.
Yeah, but I think the goal is to take the human out of the cab, because for any industry, any job, any industry, any company, the number one expense is labor.
Right.
And so the target for automation is to remove labor from the equation to maximize profit.
But pilots still get paid a lot because they got to do the hard parts.
They do, and that's
They get
because
paid a decent amount. They're still underpaid.
yeah.
You think-
I
yeah.
wanted to be a pilot when I was growing
So
up.
did I.
We
'Cause
all
my-
did.
My
Fuck yeah.
neighbor across the street was a
Yeah.
pilot.
We talked about it last
commercial
week. We watched Top Gun.
Hell yeah.
pilot. I didn't want to do
So
that stuff so much.
there were two problems that kept me from becoming a pilot. A, for the most part, you had to go to the military, and I'm a lazy fuck. And B,
We'll pay
I
for
don't
it.
have eyesight that would allow me to.
Even corrected?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the time, LASIK wasn't a thing whenever I was coming up. Like, not a...
I think when
Big
we were
thing.
growing up, you needed uncorrected.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I think it's becoming more and more okay, but also
Yeah.
more and more piloting is more about being able to control a computer as opposed to control an aircraft, which led to, 300 people dying because of software issues. But
Like Apache pilots
Yeah.
have to be able to independently function both their eyes,
What?
like cross-eyed, yeah.
oh, that's weird.
Like it's part of their
For what?
Because of the way that helmet system works.
targeting, yeah.
Yeah. That's like the original use of eye tracking was that shit. But no, I do think, not to disagree with you, but I do think that is the goal, is to take humans out of the cab.
Right.
And
Oh,
there may be like fleet service vehicles that are on call for situations like you described, but that dude's going to be out of a job. And most truckers
Oh,
are going
I
to be
mean,
out of a
And it
job.
sucks that he went to
drivers,
Uber,
yes.
which is next.
Yeah. Well, and I mean,
Ride sharing is
yeah.
right after trucking.
Technological change is driven by cost-effective production. Like you're trying to make things cheaper.
Yeah.
And
And
the-
by cutting all these employees, they can
Yeah.
make some sweet automated vehicles.
And the extreme argument of that direction of that line of thinking is where UBI comes from, the Universal Basic Income. And it's not necessarily a bad idea if everyone's going to be out of a job. I mean, there are certain positions that are not going to be automated, but that's something that I actually worry about in my field. Because the reason why I've got a job is because the tools that I work with and the company that I work reselling for, like, the shit is broken, and you need to have people who know what's going on to fix it. But that can be fixed with machine learning, AI, better programming. I might be out of a job one day. And it's not going to be as soon as homeboy driving trucks, but it's something that we're all going to face it one day.
Yeah.
You might not.
Not me, or maybe not. That'd be difficult, but we'll see. I guess a robot could do damn near anything. Programmed right, but...
Yeah. It's the same thing that happened to musicians whenever recordings first came out. And I remember this from college, learning at our grand old alma mater. One of my favorite classes was pop music and American culture. And he told us a story about whenever the ability to record music and replay music first came out, there was a lot of people, musicians and bands and singers and entertainers, that made their money based on gigs. Like, they would go to a club and play to entertain. But the money that they're making wasn't that great. And so whenever recordings first came around, what they did was the club owners, the smart ones, were like, hey, we'll give you, 20 times what we normally pay you to record this. And people weren't smart enough to see what the end goal was. Once they had the recording, they didn't need the musicians anymore. And they could just play it over the sound system. And that's what happened. That's automation. And that's where we're headed.
Huh, yeah. That leads to the old... that's why now shows are big, because you can hear them anywhere, and seeing the live act is that much more rare.
That's the reversal of it. That's everything coming back around. But nobody's going to want to see a fucking truck driver again. No offense.
Yeah, if you're out here driving your truck right now, sorry, bro.
I do know one truck driver, and I don't think there's any possible way that he listens, but
yet
I would feel bad if he did.
Rip.
Eventually.
I did learn and got a lot from college. That wasn't wasn't something that I necessarily would have gotten from somewhere, but a lot of my life is dictated on the things that happened when I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a point in that first year where I thought,
that burning when I pee.
Really want to? Do I really want to be in college?
No, that's from when you visited Texas Tech. Sick burn.
If you're a Tech fan,
Literally.
you've probably had it too. So whatevs.
Yeah.
You can relate. Now you can relate to a person.
It's a different taste. I like it though.
Better than pennies. Sorry if you made the penny beer, but
Yeah, we didn't identify which one that we drank, so it's one of the two. The other one's great.
acquire them yourself and test
Yeah.
and report.
Although
back.
Just
we
go
did
back
say
and
it's a
check.
Bach 8 fucking times.
Well, then somebody said I like box, and I thought you were talking about vagina.
Both.
We didn't get that on the recording though.
No, he didn't,
We
but
did
I brought
pause
it back out because that was a good line of thought. But no, if you think about it, I mean,
grip me one of those.
A box.
a lot of who we are as
those two.
people is determined because we went to college, we met each other, met the people that we know,
Yeah.
the things that we like a lot of that stuff came out of college. Now, you never stop growing as a person, you never stop learning as a person, and things continue to change, but our kicking off point into adulthood came from going to school. And those are experiences that I think are still valuable, but you could get the same thing from some other sort of collection, some other sort of grouping, like
Summer camp.
summer
Just
camp.
interrupted you just to throw out the dumbest
Throw
things.
summer camp.
That's
Scouts.
Still, yeah. Yeah, I'll never look at adult men that want to hang out with adolescent boys the same ever again. Yeah. I still think we should do adult summer camp.
I like it.
They have those in the area, or
No.
I don't know.
travel
We should
for it?
just do it. Make it.
They do look pretty sweet, but I think they're based off of
Is that a thing?
nefarious.
It is a thing.
Adult summer camps?
Yes.
Yeah, what's that? Hot Wet Summer or whatever.
I don't know.
Wet Hot American Summer?
That one.
I mean, that's a movie.
Based
they
off
made a
of,
camp.
No, they're counselors.
which is basically adult
Campers.
summer camp.
Let him finish.
I want to go to band camp.
Oh, why?
You've been to band camp. I know you have.
I know, in your hometown. That is interesting. I never actually thought about that. We were in the same town at the same time.
Yeah.
They're probably
Never
like,
met.
no, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure we almost ran over you.
Almost.
There was like one. It was known throughout the town as the shittiest time of the year, and it was the 2 weeks. There's a D2 college that was in my hometown, and every 2 years or 2 weeks in the summer, there's band camp, and we always knew when band camp was around because all these band camp kids would try to cross the highway. We'd always run over them.
Yeah, because that's how you got to Walmart.
Yeah.
You'd run over them?
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, yeah. It was bad.
Huh.
It's funny how our lives intersect.
Sorry.
So on the tube there was a submarine. I seen a video recently where a guy had a underwater drone. Have you seen them?
No.
Underwater drone.
Yeah, I know you're a drone fan.
Oh.
So that's like a submarine. It's tethered though, so you have to have a long cable.
It wouldn't.
It was demo ranch.
Here.
It wouldn't work here.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you could take that out to a local lake.
It wouldn't work here.
It wouldn't work here. Our lakes are too fucking gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how well you'd
Where
be able to see.
divers
but
are useless.
Yeah, the
here.
visibility is really bad in these lakes.
Well, we don't find dead bodies here.
I mean, they do if they're really looking.
So you're saying most dead bodies that go into lakes, they're like, we don't care.
I mean, if they're not looking specifically for that body,
Or if they don't know where
perhaps
it's
they'll
at.
see another one and be like, I don't think that's the one we're looking for. Let's let it R.I.P. bruh, and move on.
That's not the dead body we're looking for. We found 4 other ones.
Yeah.
But
We just leave them there
I mean,
until
they-
somebody asks.
I feel
just
like
mark them
if
with a
you
GPS
go-
tag.
I feel like if you go into the big lakes in the area, you could probably find a car under there right now. And
oh yeah.
multiple cars.
That happens almost every year up in the north. They'll find a car that like broke through the ice, and like somebody just disappeared in the winter, and then they like, oh, there's Ricky.
Yeah.
I seen a story recently that some dude that had been gone.
It's the second saint, man.
Yes. So he's saying that ironically. We promise he's
Yeah.
not having a stroke.
That some dude that had been missing for 10 years, they found him behind the coolers at the grocery store that he worked at.
Shut the
worked
fuck
at-
up.
Can you imagine your retail coworkers just fucking lost you at the place you
Well,
worked
apparently
at?
he went missing, and he didn't work the day that he went missing, but he like had depression issues or something, and had been prescribed some pills and didn't want to take them, and then like ran out of the house in February. And apparently this area that they found him in near the coolers is where people who worked at this grocery store, which he worked at, would go to like chill on their smoke break or whatever. And they think that he fell in this little 18-inch crack accidentally, and no one heard him. And there his body sat for 10 years. And the store went out of business like 7 years after he went missing. Some contractors came in to remove the refrigerators and coolers and everything. And when they removed the cooler, they found a skeletonized body. And that was in January, and it took him up to like a couple weeks ago to
Was
figure
he
out who it
indoors
was.
or outdoors?
I think it was indoors in a
How do
cooler
you not
area.
notice the fucking smell?
But I guess the cold maybe preserved him a little bit better than not being out in the heat.
Oh, okay, so he was in the cooler.
I think he was behind maybe,
I mean, if he was in a
in
refrigerated
the cooler, behind
area,
the cooler, I think it was relatively cold back there, so it wasn't as pungent, possibly. But
Stings the nostrils.
because
Yeah.
death is not something that you mistake for a stinky
That
store.
sucks, man.
Yeah,
that,
it does.
That guy's a ghost now.
and he just
You know he's got to be fucking pissed.
fell back there, and they found.
That's
his
why that
ass.
fucking grocery store closed, because it was haunted.
So this was 10 years from now?
He
or
went
like
missing
from...
10 years ago. They found.
How did he
the-
not have a cell phone on him? I mean, that was
He's
2009.
dead.
Yeah,
Well, he's dead, but he wasn't dead when he fell back
Well, he
there.
fell and hit his head.
You're making assumptions
possibly.
here.
I mean, I don't know. And they said he didn't have any trauma, so they don't think like someone killed him and put him
Well,
back there.
He was a skeleton.
But they can
so-
figure out on bones and stuff if you got shot or stabbed or whatever.
Well, he didn't get shot or stabbed.
I mean, it is somewhat likely that he fell back there and could not get out.
Right.
But-
But maybe he couldn't reach his cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't say a cell phone was found amongst.
Fuck, that's
the
tragic,
remains.
man.
This sucks.
Could you imagine? I mean, so if assuming that he fell back there when he was alive,
Probably, most likely.
what does it take?
3-4 days.
3-4 days for somebody to
Dehydration.
die from dehydration?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the saying? 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. 3 minutes without air, I guess, is the first one.
Yeah.
The threes. Look at that fish.
It's his brain. Yeah, it sucks.
That is.
Yeah.
that
I'm
is
gonna
tragic.
believe that he haunted that grocery store till it closed.
Well, he's gonna haunt whatever they put over it.
Fucking Trader Joe's.
Casino or something.
Fucking casino. Oh, that is tragic.
Yep.
That's my biggest fear, like being trapped.
Oh, yeah. That's why spelunking, is that cave diving?
Yes.
It is.
The Descent.
Also, what happens when I go see your mom?
Oh, there's plenty of room in yours.
Yeah, no, it's spelunking. It's cave diving.
No, I mean, I'm
You
just
can get
It's
arms
lost
lost
wide
out
on
open.
there.
down the hallway there.
With arms wide open.
But yeah. And any of those shots of them trying to creep through small areas
Yeah.
and they get stuck. Ugh.
I think craft beer gives me the foamiest burps.
It's hard to tell how your burps sound
As
Just-
foamy as F.
superfluous.
Get that fucking $10 word out of here.
Superfluous.
Fuck you.
Oh. They were talking about poker night sometime.
Yeah, I want to do that. You know what brought that on?
Yeah.
You guys seen Rounders
No.
with fucking Matt Damon and
Damon.
I've not.
who's the other fucking guy? Sam? No,
Ben Affleck.
no, it's the dude from Fight Club.
Brad Pitt.
Not Brad.
Edward
Pitt.
Norton.
Edward Norton. Matt Damon. It's a fucking good movie, and I was like, yeah, let's do some poker shit. I would like to play poker.
Yeah, let's do it.
Proper poker night.
Do you have all my chips? I don't play poker with that guy.
This guy?
Why?
Because
I'll
you
take
can't
them
read
all?
him.
I'm gonna take
It's
all
not
your
that it-
chips.
He can't read them. He just.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm winning,
Yeah.
which is good.
The first time, this was back in college. The first time I went over to a poker night, and I was playing fucking Poker Stars online, and I was like learning strategy. And
Getting
I
your
was like,
skills up.
yeah, I was like, all right, I know how to play this game, and I played very calmly, very meekly, and like not trying to do anything. And I got real cocky because I got a flush. I had the nut flush. I was like, all right.
You're like trying not to flip.
Yeah. And I get all excited, and I start like suckering people in, playing it slow
then they
and like getting
know.
people in. And I threw the cards down, and I started pulling all the chips back. And he's like, "What are you winning with? All red?" I had a heart and a diamond.
Oh.
And, this is the most embarrassing moment. Oh fuck!
Yeah,
It took me a long time.
Give it all back.
Yeah, I mean, I lost. Like I
was
think
that
I lost.
online
Like,
or was that like in real life?
no, this was at fucking Trey's apartment.
That's when
with
you
those
try to
guys.
sneak it real quick and be like flush, and then put it in, and then just
Then
collect it really
scoop
quick.
your scoop your
I didn't
chips
know
on your
though. Like
cards.
I was cocky. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like slammed it on the table. I was like,
Yeah.
"Girl, give me this money."
No, we've all been there. You double check, and
Oh.
you're like, oh fuck,
It's like
oh flush, and then you just pull it in, and then usually people don't check.
But I didn't.
Usually.
I didn't know until
Yeah.
after I slammed it down. Oh man, it took me a long time to live that down. I had to go to counseling. Like it was bad.
Shit.
I've been better about that. Whenever I'm looking at flush, I'm like,
Sure. Did that bother you more than that's not France? Because if so, we have an issue.
it did.
That's not France.
I learned to laugh things off from the first moment. That was the teaching moment. That's not France. Was like, people make mistakes.
We were playing Trivial Pursuit. We were very drunk. It was the Xbox version. We
Yeah.
were all very drunk.
That's when we came up with the name Chant Ball.
Yeah, and it's just where it wasn't about who was wrong. It was about who's the most persuasive through screams and yells.
It's about who's loudest.
And the answer
American
was
politics.
clearly France, but it was a geological map.
Of
And
Europe.
JT had the controller. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck that John guy.
Yeah, and he started to go to France, and we're all still chanting France, and we're all positive because we got an answer right for once.
It was something like really stupid too. It was
Yeah.
like, where did America land on D-Day or something like that.
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So and then you kept on going, and I think you ended up in like Spain.
Spain.
Yeah, and then, then you clicked it, and we all stopped, and then in unison said, That's not friends. And we didn't stop for like 30 minutes.
Well, and you haven't stopped for like 10 years.
Spain is west of France, yeah?
I mean, I know that now.
And
All right, hold up.
Portugal
There is a
is
lot of
outside.
pressure in this game when you are the one with the controller.
Yeah.
And you are trying to listen to the crowds chanting at you.
It is,
and
yeah.
it's
That's
not
why it's
just
chant ball.
chanting. It's screaming
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
I
mean,
folded under the pressure.
Although
mean,
we
you
were
wanted to know the right
we were
thing.
pretty
You didn't know the right thing.
it's a pretty in unison. Yeah. It's okay.
It was a good moment for y'all.
I don't believe I was there for that.
And that's why it hasn't died,
We're-
because it was a bad moment for me.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
I just
You're welcome.
register in the brain.
It's worth it for the story.
Yeah. That's also
Uh,
where the pink came from, but we don't yell pink that much.
and better be science, not nature.
Yeah. It's never science.
We need to try to find that again. Does anybody have a...
I think I've paid for that game like 4 times. I think I've paid like $40 worth of
What?
that game
It's
because
not
we bought on
mine.
like 4 different Xboxes.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because like we go over the blues and like he didn't have it. And we're
Yeah.
like,
I don't think
Like
it's
Trivial Pursuits, like
you still got your
you know, their
360?
stock's going
Yeah.
down.
It was a digital game.
Yeah.
We bring over a 360 and log in. We should be able to.
My 360 hasn't been on in
Well, I think we have it on mine
6
now.
years.
Your Xbox?
Yeah.
Xbox?
Your one?
They actually have some more Xbox games.
You guys still hear yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shit's not plugged in.
Oh.
Can you hear yourself now?
Rip.
What is that on the... It's like a worm. Not that, but...
Yeah.
Oh, that's an anglerfish. The most horrifying thing in the deep.
Can you imagine the first person that saw that was like, what the fuck?
Well, they were like scientists, so maybe
Were
they
they
were a little
looking
more
for that?
level-headed about it. They were exploring the deep, so they expected to see some weird shit.
Expected?
Hoping.
I mean, they didn't know what the fuck was under there.
No, that Lassophobia.
Rapid
It's
ticket.
the second time. I would love to play some poker, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll take your chips.
We're going to play straight cash game.
I think the
Homie.
last time we played poker was at the Delayers' wedding, and I cleaned up there.
Yeah, with the fucking dinner mints.
Yeah.
And then we put them back in the bag.
Yeah, that was gross.
That was a little gross.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me know when. We have Fridays off again. If we start doing this.
Oh, is this going to be a permanent Thursday bit?
I don't know. Talk about it.
I'm okay with
Uh-oh.
it. Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're off. We're kind of bending around your fucking schedule.
H.
Okay. Thursdays work for me.
They do for me now, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned every week, Thursday.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat
I mean, it'll
channel.
have to be Thursday next week. Probs.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll have to be?
Yeah. If you're
Yeah,
gonna do
me
it.
too, actually. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'm down. Wifey not.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Blank.
Oh. Oh, is that this
That's
Friday?
next Friday.
Next Friday.
Oh, no.
1 week from tomorrow.
Did you buy tickets already?
Not yet.
I can't go. No. Yeah, I can't go.
Uh-oh. Got a hot date.
We'll talk about it later.
That's a yes, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not.
That's a yes.
Got a cold date.
Yeah, it's a cold one.
Cold War.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, that's sad. Sorry, man.
Yep.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Uh,
They'll, you
Never
know,
a tour again.
Tom will come back in. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Um,
So that's a jellyfish.
it's happening.
But you're doing it on purpose more now.
I am. I really am.
I mean,
We're not to that time yet, are we?
No, we're not.
What?
Still got about 20 minutes.
oh, fuck. I
Okay.
gotta drink more beer.
I mean, we have one more beer per human.
Human.
Do we? Oh, yeah, we do.
Cool.
Usually we don't finish the fourth beer.
Mm,
We finish that during
I
post.
do.
I usually am pretty slow.
Goddamn
Usually
right.
the slowest.
What does that mean?
By the way, I would love to submarine. Because I think I have like a slight that phobia you keep. That's third one. There you go,
right?
third one.
Thalassophobia.
It is thalassophobia. I like calling it thalassophobia, but
Okay.
it is the
A slight one.
thalassophobia.
But I would love to do this because I
Nope.
researched these little personal submarines
Yeah.
a bit. Like dreaming if I had a sweet yacht, I could get a sweet submarine to put on that yacht.
Yeah.
But man, I would love to go trek in my own little personal sub.
Until
Is it called trekking if you're in the deep water?
I believe it's called submarining
You could call yourself a submariner.
Age.
or a seaman.
Seaman.
I fucking hate
Is a seaman above water or in the water?
It's
It's a
state
man
of
at
mind,
sea.
buddy. State of mind.
How many seamen could I put in that?
I believe 2 seamen. That's not quite a load, though.
We've devolved.
We have. That last one was specifically 4D.
No. Don't. No.
Would you like to be in my submarine, D? Could be a seaman with me.
Sounds like there's plenty of semen
We could
in your
join
submarine.
as seamen together. What? There's a lot of seamen in my submarine?
Yeah.
I mean, if I had one, there would be multiple seamen in
Shut the fuck up. God damn it. All right.
Oh. That's called piling on.
Which it would be.
Oh.
Shit I put up with.
Look at that guy. He doesn't like my joke either. Oh, goodness.
Is he going to fart?
That's how he breathes.
breathe?
Well, they are underwater.
Yeah. They have air bladders. Fish have air bladders.
They do.
This has been living for so long here.
He has legs too. Look, you'll see.
Dang, look at you. Oh, you're definitely coming to my submarine. You know all the fish.
Look at that fucking crab. Have you seen the Japanese like spider crabs
Yeah.
that are like
12
9 feet,
Yeah,
12
yeah.
feet? Yeah.
What?
Fucking
No, I
monsters.
Yeah.
They're
there's-
huge.
They're in the
pretty
water?
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so deep that I don't think you can catch them.
What's it called? I know the term, but I don't. It's
This motherfucker right here.
it's like the opposite of island pygmyism, but it's like the depth gigantism or whatever. But at ocean depths, like not squid and the crabs get giant because of resources and everything. Anyway, but
For
Because there's no one else to get it?
evolutionary reasons, it makes sense for them to be larger.
yeah,
Okay. They're still fucking terrifying.
yeah.
They look like the fucking mind flayer from Stranger Things.
BT Dub about evolution.
Oh.
Would you like to go to the Galapagos ever?
Yeah,
Darwin trip?
Yeah.
let's do it. And kill
See
everything.
those turtles?
Can you?
Wow.
Can you?
I don't know if there's a whole lot of Galapagos
Cruise out
turtles
there?
left anymore though.
I don't know.
Darwin killed like a significant portion of the turtles. Yeah, he
and
ate
finches,
a lot of
right?
them.
He was just
Oh, shit.
chopping finch
Yeah.
heads off.
Darwin's kind of an asshole.
He was a natural observer, and it was like, I am natural selection,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna naturally select you. You taste.
My term for whenever somebody does something stupid is Darwinian in nature. I always say that person's trying to get selected.
Yeah.
yeah. You just select bit it. Yeah.
Speaking of somebody trying to get selected, you guys see that video?
Of the bison.
Of the
No.
the lime.
Yeah, the lime scooter
Yeah.
on
Oh my
35.
god. Okay, so my thought is, how come? And if they're trying to find this guy, how can they not find this guy? That shit tracks your GPS, right?
Oh, they're trying to find that guy?
I mean, I don't know if they are trying to. Perhaps the news is, and I don't know if the police department really cares that much. We got.
I don't think
They
The
got
only
other shit
law
to
that he
deal with.
broke is that he didn't have a helmet on.
No, you can't ride him on the highway. That's against the law.
Legally?
Legally, yes.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be the expert on this.
You cannot
but
ride them
you
on the
can't
highway.
ride them on the highway.
I
It's
know
not
that.
a
And-
designated. There's no license plate. It's not a.
But you are
Prosecuting him might be cost more money than necessary.
Yeah.
Those are allowed on streets and city roadways. They're
Right.
not designated for interstate travel, so
Oh, okay.
highways are not allowed.
I always wondered about that because they don't have brake lights, they don't have turn signals.
Yeah, and I feel like
Just
finding that person would be
Demonstrated by him
easily
present.
enough because it tracks GPS wise like where you go, right? So you
Yeah.
have whoever started that trip gets on the highway and gets off. You know the user who put that in. You go find that user.
I
But
think you have to find that bike though, or that scooter.
really?
For those that
They
aren't
don't have it,
aware
like, saved
and aren't
everywhere?
here, there's a dipshit that was caught on dash cam on 75, right?
35.
35.
One of the, not the 75, I would say, is the busiest highway.
Yeah, 35 might be 2.
But
Yeah.
35 is like, at that area is like 5 lanes, 6 lanes.
I mean,
7.
And he was in rush hour.
Yeah, rush
which
hour.
makes it better probably for him.
'Cause
they
everybody's
ain't
driving
going
slower.
But he's just crossing like a jackass, like every lane to travel.
He's in the
through
left lane
traffic.
initially, the fast lane.
So, devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't think he meant to do that.
How did he not
How
mean
did he
get
get
on
to the left
highway?
lane?
Because when
He was
you're
like,
coming
oh shit, I'm on the highway.
when you're coming out of downtown at that particular spot,
Was he going northbound or?
yeah, he's going northbound. There
On-
is a direction that it takes you coming out of downtown if you're heading westbound, where it pops you up in the left lane, right there on
Talking about a
35.
little bit Woodall.
Underneath Woodall, it's like Commerce Street, or right where JFK was shot.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
RIP.
But no, there's a lane that
Oh, yeah,
comes
yeah,
out of
yeah.
that and then pumps you back on there.
Is that
now-
where he was?
Yeah, he was a little bit further up from
So
that.
he's coming.
But that would be
westbound on Elm, and
that's the only way I can think that he
but
got
it gets you on the left side.
the
and then
left
that's why he's
side
on the
right
left
there,
lane.
and he
Okay,
was
that
trying to
makes a
get
little
off.
more sense, yeah.
So if he's looking at his GPS and he's trying to get from someplace to someplace, and trying to take the scooter, that would have taken him on that path, and then
That
he
makes a little
freaked
bit
the
more
fuck out and had to get off. The only way to get off is to cross all those lanes of
So
traffic.
holy fuck it over, yeah.
Yeah.
Which the next one would have been right by the AC. What's that? Victory. That
Victory,
Yeah,
yeah.
victory.
Yeah.
So that's my theory. Now we'll see what
He's
happens.
brought some sense
Yeah,
into
man,
it.
if he hadn't thought of that, you should be his
see-
attorney. That's a great defense.
My GPS told me to do it.
Where like he didn't know where he was, and oops, he accidentally got on the highway.
But also, there are options before you take that turn.
There are.
So
Well, and,
depending on
he's,
where
and
he's trying to
also,
he's agile enough to where he could just could have flipped around and then all he has to cross is one
Yeah.
lane.
but he may not be smart enough to think that way.
I mean, if I see I'm pulling up on I-35, I'm gonna flip around
Yeah.
really quick. But
Go,
yeah.
Definitely.
Opposite way of traffic.
Yeah, but on the shoulder, you have a
On a
shoulder,
shoulder,
leading up to
yeah.
that point to get back down
Yeah.
and reevaluate your fucking life before you die.
Luckily, it was
People were
Rush hour, I
recognizing
think.
of the situation that man was in.
that guy's dash cam pisses me off.
Why?
Because him yelling, "Bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you, like over and over and yelling, bro?"
I yell bro a lot, so
Do
I
ya?
can't.
I did too. Every now.
I
I
do
probably
wonder
would.
about
If
That-
I was in that same situation, I probably would have rolled down the window and told him to get in
dude,
the
get
car.
off the highway. Yeah.
I would told him to get in the car and I'd take him where he needed to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I would
This
rather
guy.
have to spare 20 minutes of my time. I probably wouldn't have taken him to where he needed to go. I probably would have gotten him off the fucking highway and
Yeah.
dropped his ass off.
And then punched him in the face for being dumb.
No, not while we're on recording. But
He just
yeah.
winked, so
But that's what I would have tried to do.
Allegedly.
Because, dude, fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see like shit like that at work all the time, and people
Yeah.
are dead
I mean-
every time.
Yeah, if he gets hit, it's his fault.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
But it's not about whose fault. It's just I'd rather not see people
His
die.
family getting money.
I mean, could you imagine if like
They
that
wouldn't get
happened
money.
at not rush hour and
Oh,
that
yeah,
traffic's
dead.
going fucking 70 miles an hour?
Yeah.
You're not going to
I
see
guess
that
then
guy.
you'd
It's just
probably
one
be like-
car. It's one car is all it takes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess then you might look over. Maybe he thought, "Oh, I'm getting on the highway. Okay, traffic's not horrible. Maybe
It's
I can zip
one of the
over real
rare
quick and get
things
off."
where it's a blessing it was rush
That's
hour.
the best grab
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Look, he can get fucking... He gets the
He's got a
NFL
plan.
Network with that.
Right, but
That fucking antenna.
Yeah.
Look at those spikes. What the fuck? Oh, it's like a dead sperm whale or something. Why'd it go sperm?
Semen whale, I
Semen whale.
it's called.
That was a sperm whale.
But yeah,
Hey. Oh, your crap.
That
the
was
other viral
crazy, though.
video.
Oh,
or
viral
speaking of
videos.
The bison hitting the 9-year-old. Oh my god!
The what?
You haven't seen it? They're at Yellowstone.
Yeah, and I guess in
there's
Yellowstone
a
there's
bison.
just wild bison running around.
Buffalo.
Same bit, but it's walking up.
This
It's all
motherfucker.
slow, and then it starts charging, and the parents or adults run. Some people are speculating it's the parents. I don't know if that's been confirmed. But the bison continues, and you see a little girl running, and she gets catapulted in the air,
Fucking like
By the bison.
bullfighters, like tossed.
like flying. and they're talking about it being near Old Faithful, and I gotta say that Dan McDowell made the joke, but he said, "So what shoots higher, Old Faithful or that girl?" after the bison hit her, and I lulled whenever he said that. But
That was fucking crazy though.
Jesus.
apparently she was relatively okay.
See, that's the benefit.
Define relatively okay.
I mean, she
Scarred
didn't
for
die,
life,
but
maybe.
I think she was treated by the medics there at Yellowstone and then released, so she didn't have to like get transported to a real hospital.
I've always thought that the medics at Yellowstone had to be like some seasoned like fucks, because those dudes see like buffalo, they see people get third-degree burns from going in the springs, they see people get eaten by bears. Like, I just always imagined that they were some seasoned fucks.
People who stand with their head over Old Faithful and then it ejects their face off.
That hit me, man.
Yeah.
We got some distance with your.
I drink
Like,
water, okay?
Dante's Peak.
Yeah. When I was in Iceland, when you go see one of the geysers that's like a popular tourist destination, there are signs everywhere that say water 212, water 100, do not touch. Every fucking person walking by was like, and like touched it. But like basically the water that comes out of the ground is super fucking hot. And people were just reaching down to touch it. No. Because
Did
I'm
they
not
get
a
burned?
fucking moron.
Yeah, you see the
No,
scar in
they
his
didn't.
hand.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Oh, he's missing a finger. Look at that.
I don't think it was that hot, but it could have
Could have been. Yeah. They're just trying to cover their ass.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Like,
But yeah, I mean, you stick your head over Old Faithful, you're gonna fucking die
yeah.
for pressure and possibly
But
heat.
people want to get that photo, man. They got to gram it.
Yeah. People are dumb.
People are dumb.
People will get selected.
Yep.
Do you think it's just? I mean, it's a law of averages, right? If you get a large enough crowd of people, like, there's gonna be some fucking morons in it.
Unfortunately, though, it's not making the planet smarter.
Are you volunteering the moron?
Nah, I'm just saying I probably want to.
We all are. But actually, the fact that you recognize you may not be smart is what makes you smart.
Meta.
Though I
Maybe
can't
that's
remember
what I
which
want
one
you
of the
to
Greek philosophers said this, but it's something I've always tried to remember and fail a lot of times. But the wisest man in the world is someone who knows they are not the wisest man in the world. As we drink beer.
Who is the wisest man in the world?
The Dos Equis
Einstein?
guy?
That's most interesting.
That's
Oh,
what-
fuck. He might be both. You never know.
Who would it be? That's some ASMR right there. I wonder if that shows up on the recording. I haven't actually paid attention. to
There's
see.
a lot that we think does and it doesn't.
Yeah, most of the like
Grinding Guy earlier. I
Yeah.
don't know if you heard
Yeah.
Grinding Guy. That probably won't show up because that one recording, 5 weeks ago?
Yeah, where we
5 episodes ago?
apologize
Yeah,
for the noise.
You couldn't hear it at all.
Full disclosure, like, we turned the AC off for weeks because we thought that would pick up.
Yeah.
And then we just
But we
stopped
can hear
giving
it
a
in the
fuck,
headphones.
Yeah.
and it doesn't show up anyway. So
Because it just stopped.
oops.
It's because I'm a master audio mixer.
Yeah, that's
Oh, wow.
fucking why.
Put that on the bragging montage.
Although you do
little
turn
bit.
the fan on every fucking time.
Oh,
Because
a
it's
fan.
fucking hot in your apartment.
It's 71 degrees in here.
I
right
also
now.
run hot because I'm a fat fuck.
Fix that.
One day.
Working on it, bro. You getting that cycle going?
Need to.
I
My
just
problem
got my cycle back from the
from the shop.
Dallas Bikers.
God damn it. Just fucking reach around.
Thing was
already.
like looked like a brand new bike.
Yeah, they wash it for you.
Yeah, wash it, new tire, new grip tape,
They did.
new bar tape, new
Do a service, an oil change. You got a hydraulic brakes, don't you?
they
So-
flushed them.
Yeah.
New chain. That was great.
I remember when you bought that bike, I was like, this motherfucker spent that much on a bike?
Well, Volkswagen did. Thanks, VDub.
Thanks. Car still running strong? How
Yeah.
many miles you got on that?
82,000.
That's fucking it?
Yeah. I got it in 2011.
Mateo.
Yeah, that's 8 years.
Yeah, so 10,000 a year.
You know the average for North Texas is like 20,000?
Oh, is it? I lived close to work.
I'm lower than him.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
I lived like.
I'm at like 8,000 a year. Probably not even that.
So my
And
car...
we've taken my
Big
car
thing is
on trips.
commute, which if
Yeah.
your commute is short, then you don't rack up miles.
So you remember the Death Trap Cobalt that I drove?
Yeah.
I had that for 6 years. I had 125,000 miles on it when I sold it.
He also drove it to Las Vegas.
I drove it to Phoenix, not Vegas.
Yeah, well,
We didn't go to Vegas.
same shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the V-Dub's been
and
to Padre and Nollins.
True. And I took it to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wow. There
But
you
I mean,
go.
that's 10,000 miles between those two trips and the other trips that I made. The rest of it, I just drive. Like, I always drive. Like, whenever there's an option, I take it. I drive.
Not me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
80,000 in 8 years.
82,000.
That's crazy low.
And
I'm at, like,
I got it in
32.
August of 2011.
I'm at 45.
Yeah.
I've had my car for 3 years, which is actually lower than average for DFW.
I feel bad. Like, both your cars, you had more miles than me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I don't
buddy.
have to drive far much, so.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
commute's like 4 miles.
Mine's
Maybe less than that, probably.
like 15, I think.
That's by design.
I mean, my commute right now is not bad, but I also drive.
You drive to Oak.
I drive to McKinney, Oklahoma. Well, I don't drive to Oklahoma anymore. Every time I go, we take wifey's car because we got to bring the dogs.
Oh.
Man, I was commuting from Fort Worth, though. That was,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was commuting
balls.
from Eastwood down. That was a lot, but
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
that for a
Eastwood to
little bit.
Richardson in the Corolla sucked.
Yeah. You ever find out what happened to that car?
Yeah.
Yeah, some dude called me, asked me if I wanted my shit back. Because I guess he bought it from auction. I was like,
No
no,
way.
I don't give a fuck.
How many miles did that thing have?
Oh, that thing? Oh, that thing only had like 90.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't it an 01?
Yeah.
The fuck?
The problem, yeah, as bad as that was, I drove to home, which was round trip, like 1,200 miles.
Yeah.
Or no, it was like 500 miles. But I did that once a month, and I still only had like that many miles.
Because I always drove.
Because I was
Like when we lived together,
Probably-
I always drove.
riding dirty most of the time.
That's true. I did. There were a couple times you picked me up from class, and I was like, dude, your car's falling apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Xterra that I had gained some miles quickly.
That fucking thing.
But
I
it
kind of
went
want one
all
of those
over the
Xteras.
Yeah. It went
Those
all over the
Xteras are
place.
awesome.
No.
Kansas ones.
Yeah, I rode through. That was our
Went to
first
Oklahoma
like
multiple times.
meeting each other. Was we drove to Kansas together.
I went to
and that
Padre a couple times.
tire tread hit your windshield, and we both like shit ourselves.
Oh, I thought I was gonna die,
So
but it just bounced off the window.
you got a
Speaking of Padre,
ticket.
Yeah, because my headlight was out apparently, which was a fix-it ticket, and he said all you have to do is get it fixed, go to your local PD, have
Yeah.
an officer sign off that it was fixed, and mail that shit back to the original city. So that I did that.
Oh yeah.
No money, nothing. Just boom, get it fixed.
I almost saw people die.
Ooh,
I forgot about
like
this.
Watch people die.
Oh.
It's gone, man.
Dang it.
Uh,
Will it ever be back?
no, not on Reddit.
R.I.P.
Yeah. We were driving back from. We're driving down 75, heading into Dallas. A red Mercedes coupe, 2-door coupe, is swerving wildly in front of us. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then I look up, and you know how you can only see like shadows? And I see passenger like swinging at driver. And
assault is taking place.
like something weird was going on. I don't know anything about the people passengers inside of it, but I saw like the shadow box like swinging like backdrop thing kind of thing. And then
You didn't pull out your phone and record this.
no, because I'm driving. I'm
okay.
responsible, and I don't have a
Why
dash
if you
cam.
didn't pull out the phone and record this?
She was too freaked out. She was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna fucking blow up." And then so it calms down for a second, and then the driver's side door opens on the highway. There was some traffic, so it was like 45 miles an hour or so. And it's open for a minute, and then it shuts and swerve. And at this point, I'm like, all right. So I back
the fuck
way
away.
the fuck back.
Yeah.
Because I know this car is going to crash into something. And then we exited, and it went this way. Like, our exit took us away. So I didn't see what happened. But wifey likes to Bambi a lot whenever a car breaks in front of us. this was one of the few times where I was Bambiing with her. I was like, that car is going to crash.
So by Bambi, it's a term
Yep.
made where you kind of knee jerk, but originally is when we had a friend where he would reach up immediately and grab the oh shit handle. We called it Bambi because it was just like a deer in the headlights, like whoop. But yeah,
I've never heard this Bambi term before.
Oh yeah, we used it with Goose
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Huh.
Yep.
Because it's kind of a bit to try to see if we can get him to Bambi on any
Yeah.
kind of drive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah.
So she Bambi's a lot.
She
and
Bambi's
you
a
were
lot.
Bambi.
What's funny is that this is an example of classic conditioning. Whenever I would do something that I knew would make her nervous, I would say, hold your tits. And it was ironic at first. But now, whenever she's nervous in the car, she'll just reach up and grab her tit. It's one of the funniest things ever. And, I mean, that's her signaling we have kind of our own love language. But
Yeah.
it was really funny that, like, I was like, hold on to your tits. Like, whenever I take a left turn at a little bit faster than she's comfortable with.
Try and drift and stuff.
Yeah. But she does it with other people, too. Like, if somebody else is driving her, she's like...
They notice, or
I think it's
does she
happened.
say, "Oh, I'm grabbing my tit"?
No, I mean it's conditioning at this point.
Good job, you conditioned her to grab.
I conditioned her in a
breast.
way that was hilarious. I did not actually condition her though. It was just kind of like a natural. I was making jokes so often that it became a thing.
Would she be happy with you telling the story?
I hope so. If not, we'll
Man,
find
she didn't
out.
make it this far, so.
She is one of our P1s.
H.
I mean,
What's up, man?
Who's that?
What's up,
doxed.
God damn it. Oh, we should just give up on that bit at some point. Like, people are going to get doxed. Is that snake fucking going on here?
So that's
That looks like a treble clef is what that looks like.
yeah. So it's hyper concentrated salt water at the bottom.
What is that, an eel?
Yeah, those are
Snake?
eels, and so they're
Snake?
trying to catch
Oh.
whatever has been
That's a
killed
sweet shot right there.
in the yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God damn
I
it.
hope that showed up.
So yeah, see, they're
127.
trying to kill those things that have been killed in
That's a dead
salt
fish.
the
water.
concentrated. The problem is the eels, if they spend too much time in there, they start to
Lactate.
yes. How'd you just pop up with that immediately? Are you thinking about lactation like all the time?
It's grabbing tits, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, they start to, I guess,
That's fascinating.
convulse.
I've always seen the underwater rivers that happen from that same thing. It's
Yeah,
the salinity of the water is different.
Usually it's like sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid. Yeah.
It's weird
What?
how it just kind of there's a barrier underneath water and you see underwater
Hydrochloric
rivers.
acid
Yeah,
in water?
like in caves especially. Yeah.
Some
Or,
stuff doesn't mix with water.
Oil.
Big thing is carbon. It's like liquid carbon monoxide or whatever. It's big too. Sorry.
TIL.
You're welcome.
Is that Mariana's Trench?
Is that it?
No, it's your mom's box.
Look at all that natural
Same.
lighting at the bottom of that water.
The center, look how they spelled it. CENTRE. That's wrong.
That's like Joe Dierte. That's whenever you're trying to fancy it up.
Theater.
Or some
Dierte.
British fuck put his nonsense in there.
It's a British show.
All right.
You fuck.
All right, I got a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a question, and you guys have to answer in rapid fire response. All right.
Ready. Yes.
It is not an embarrassing question. It is not something that you really need to think about, but you do need to answer immediately. All right,
I don't agree with this.
Oh, it is the Mariana Trench. Look at me. Go.
this motherfucker. All right, I'm gonna ask a question. You have to
you
respond.
keep saying this. Can you just
immediately.
fucking say it? God damn.
All right. How do you spell gray?
Grey.
You spelled it differently, but you're both correct.
GRAY.
Grey. Both are correct.
Yeah.
Earl Grey.
Yeah.
This
What?
is-
Why? Why?
I
are
don't,
they
I don't
different?
know the answer to this question.
What is correct? Either.
Both are correct. Both are acceptable spellings of the word.
You know why we spelled it our ways?
Because fuck America. Or
Without Oh,
Oh
mark
no!
that. Mark that. Mark that.
Fuck Britain. I'm sorry. I love America.
Mark that.
Do you though?
USA.
Do you
USA.
though?
Without doxing ourselves,
Do the pledge right now.
he has.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
The
of the
second
United
letter of
States
his
America.
name has an A in it, and mine's an E. So I spelled mine EY. He spelled his AY.
What?
Think about it.
I mean, mine. Yeah, interesting. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but that is
I
an
do.
interesting concept. You probably should research that. Look at that butthole on that. Star.
God
Oh,
damn
it's shrinking.
It's
the
starfish.
starfish.
Would you put your dick in there?
Well, not with the shrinking part.
I mean, that might feel good. You don't know.
That looked like a chomper. That's the starfish that's gonna avenge the
Is
starfish
that like
y'all.
underwater nuke? That looks like an underwater
No,
nuke.
that's a starfish that's gonna avenge the starfish y'all spray painted live and threw on the.
Hold up.
fucking
Hold up. Disgust. We did not actually.
Yet, y'all were gonna do it.
Yet what?
This season
All
hasn't
right,
started
Stanley
yet. We
Cup.
got time.
If the Stars make it to Stanley Cup.
We're frisbeeing so many starfish.
Oh
out
my
there.
God.
Dead, previously dead
I mean,
starfish.
they're not going to be alive
Fucking
once they hit the
alive.
ice.
No,
They're not going to
Listen,
be alive once they hit the ice.
I will be the starfish avenger. I will protect them. I'll spear them.
We may not be
Spear
able to
them?
defend the
Spear you.
So
the
you're
starfish, but we'll damn sure avenge it.
So if
Yeah.
I buy a live starfish, then you spear it. Who's the
No, I'll spear
culprit
you.
here? Oh, okay. What if I like that?
Like with a spear or like
With the starfish.
Rockstar Matty Bow spear.
Both at the same time.
If you smell.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'll jump from like the amphitheater, like the all-you-can-eat balcony.
All can eat. Balcony.
You'll plunge 18 stories through the announcer's table.
Yeah.
That
Hell,
that
I'm
is one of my
sorry.
proudest moments, by the way. So there's this bit
On Reddit.
on Reddit
That guy in the
but
comments.
by this guy. His name was Shitty Morph, but his bit was he would always start a comment, and at the end of it, it would end with the Undertaker plunging off Hell in the Cell through the whatever.
Mankind.
Yeah. And I did that to them when I was legitimately having a really bad day. And like I went through and started explaining everything, and then I realized that I was just bitching to people who didn't actually care about the things I was bitching about. And I was like, this is a moment. And I pivoted and I did the Shitty Morph bit.
Pivot.
And I got a lot of hate.
Did you?
These guys were not very happy
Did they
with
think
me.
that you set it up just to put in
I don't know.
that end?
Did you?
What?
I did that to you guys
When?
To me?
in our G chat.
Oh.
I did. You don't remember? Apparently,
No.
it wasn't very impactful. Unlike the Undertaker throwing Mankind off of
Hell in a Cell.
wrestling's fake.
He's broken in half. It's still real to me, damn it.
Still real to me. Oh, damn it! All right, we're there now.
Should have been there like 45 minutes ago.
No,
That's what
because
she said.
We'll have
45 minutes ago we forgot about shit to talk about, but we've been all right now.
It just takes one subject to get rolling again.
It does. It does. We just got to find it. And
Yeah,
you know
just
what? You got to go through
cut
it.
out the middleman there for
Literally.
probably 30 more minutes.
That would be
Us
all right.
sitting in silence.
Closing thoughts. Should we have the beer buyer close us out too?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just going to be me?
Oh, no.
When have you always been the closing?
I've always been the closing person.
So you're going to post this
What?
today or
Close it.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
for the
Post it
fans.
tonight. So we can listen tomorrow. Don't burp into the microphone, please.
this for the fans tomorrow or today? Or
Yeah. Post it tonight.
do the
I
fans
will,
know we're
except
gonna
for
be
I'm
early?
gonna go build a PC.
I'll email you the caption. Oh fucking no!
It's already
You've got to
half built.
fucking yeah.
So
So
Chubb built.
So, well, on that note,
H.
Are we done
appreciate
here?
you guys.
Yeah, thanks
Sorry
for listening. I'm leaving that dead air in there.
No, you're not.
I've forgotten where it's at.
It's marked.
This is right at 30 minutes. I know exactly where it
You
fucking
remembered.
was.
We'll go back and listen to it, but let's not spoil the end of the show. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. I'm JT.
What the fuck are you doing?
Are you gonna
I'm
close
D-
it? Because he said it was just gonna be me. No, you said that. All right. With this awkward dismount.
Mateo. Knife
D.
hand.
No, I thought you were gonna close this out.
I said D.
No, I thought you were gonna thanks for listening. This is gonna
Bye,
be the
guys.
greatest thing ever.
Thanks for listening. Till next Thursday. Hey.